Well, it's I spent my formative summers going to IMSA Camel GT races, and just that was kind of the high point of sports car racing in the United States, and I love the cars, I love the venues. The competition was amazing. They had worldwide, international talent there every single weekend, and that sits with you and it resonates with you when you're a little boy growing up. And my dad was competitive. He was winning races. The team was contending for the championship, and as I grew older, we managed to stay in racing, stay in sports car racing, and to succeed. So I kind of grew up in the sport, with my dad, supporting the team, worked on the team, worked with the team. And, from a driver's standpoint, I played stick and ball sports growing up. But from a competitive side of things, I always wanted to go racing. But my parents said that I had to have graduated school, and I needed to basically to be old enough to make up my own decision to go racing. And I think that I started karting when I was in my teens, and didn't really get into cars until I was probably 20. But I'd been around racing for so long that it was it was a natural fit for me, and I loved it, and I loved the competition, and it's kind of been a nice evolution, really. Well, personally, when I first started out, I have to say that doing my first prototype race with my dad was a real treat, and it was kind of a funny story. We were running up at Watkins Glen, and he asked me to come up. I was doing some club racing at the time. He asked me to come up and go testing with them before the race, and I was actually able to match what our faster guys were doing in the car, and close enough to the point where Dad said, "Well, why don't you just do the race?" We were actually running third, and we had an electrical problem at the end, but we would have been on the podium, and that was a real treat to come in and actually be driving with my dad. And there were a lot of great memories from my rookie season. We won the 6 hours of Watkins Glen, and then came up 2 point. We won 5 races that year. We came up 2 points short in the title chase. I learned a lot, and then we applied that the next year in the ALMS when we won the championship there in the 675 category. I would say that those are some early highlights, and then sort of moving along, getting pole up at Most Sport, was a great highlight. Winning at Mid Ohio a couple years ago, and obviously mounting a championship chase. I finished second in '05. It was close, and we were kind of. I would say probably not the championship favorites in sort of '07 and '08, but we came back very strongly in '09, had some great races then. And, just the last 2 years have been terrific. In my opinion, I've really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to next year now. No, well, guy's a great teammate. We've hit it off really since day one, and we joke about it now because we both have sort of we have our wives and our families now, but we've really kind of grown up together because when we first met we were both single, and we've been driving together the whole time. We've always been competitive. We kind of feed off of each other positively. And I think we play to each other's strengths, and complement each other. And I think that from our standpoint, the beautiful thing is that we both drive generally the same way. We both want the same thing from the car. I don't think if we were really far apart, the driver pairing wouldn't have lasted or succeeded as much as it has. And he's a great teammate. He's completely focused, 100%. On the fitness, pushing. Working always hard with the technical team, and just a great positive person to have around. You can't help but feel uplifted when you spend time with Guy, and it's a big lift for the team. And obviously, when it goes green, and the chips are down, he's phenomenal. So. It's been great, but I've been fortunate to be working with Guy recently. But prior to that, I've always had terrific co-drivers, I started my career racing with James Weaver, and then obviously I spent a few years working with Andy Wallace as well. Those guys really brought me along, and then Guy and I paired up, and it's been a great run ever since. Well, we have personally, I've always been open to it, but after going over there with Jan Lammers the first year, I kind of said to myself that I was only going to go back if the team was as good as Jan's team had been, and if we had a chance to win. And I had a really good chance to go back there with Ray Malik in 2009. We were running really strongly. Unfortunately, we retired, and with a few hours to go, but. I've tried to be selective about Le Mans, particularly after I've had children and with the whole focus on the ALMS. But I absolutely would love to go back and race at Le Mans. I love the event, and they've always been tremendously receptive to me over there. They tolerate the fact that I butcher the French language, but I do try. And yeah, as far as the team's concerned, we have two entries for next year, thanks to the winning the championship and winning the Michelin Green Challenge. We're taking a serious look at it, and it just comes down to being able to get the budget together and getting the commitment from sponsors to do it. And I'm looking forward to getting back there someday, and I hope that our team can be back there too.